NBA All-Star Weekend is right around the corner, and at the time of recording this, which is what day is it today? Is it Thursday? Yeah, I think it's Thursday. I'm all congested up here at this point, but it's Thursday. The NBA All-Star reserves have just been announced, so I figured I could go through them and kind of give my initial reaction to them, as well as talk about some people that maybe got snubbed. And this is all subjective at the end of the day. Like that's always what happens during the All-Star game. But yeah, let's talk about it. Alrighty, so obviously you guys have seen the starters before and everything. Obviously, with Embiid going down, somebody's going to get moved into the starting center role. Probably going to be our guy Bam here, but let's go through the reserves. You got Bam, you got Paolo making his first All-Star appearance. I think very well deserved. Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson maybe should have been a starter over Dame, but that's you. Well, we can talk about it. It's not a big deal. Tyrese Maxey making his first All-Star appearance. Congrats to him. Donovan Mitchell, a regular. Julius Randle just keeps finding his way into these All-Star games. And then D Book, Steph Curry. I can't remember the last time he wasn't a starter. Anthony Davis, shout out Ant Edwards, man. Maybe should have been a starter. No, there's a lot of really good players. It's fine. Anthony Edwards is awesome though. PG, Kawhi, and Big Cat. Very, very interesting, y'all. So like I look at these, right? And like Bam's numbers never like jump off at anybody, but Bam has made such a conceded effort to be such a more well-rounded player this year. It seems like he gets better every single year. And like he's still doing all the things that we love about Bam. He's getting in the handoffs, right? Like he's rolling to the rim, he's playing great defense, things like that. He's not settling for quite as many of those mid-range shots that we've kind of seen and that I always hate when he goes to in the playoffs. He's being a little more aggressive now and just getting to the rim and being big, strong, and athletic. So you love that. Banchero is like the next coming of Carmelo Anthony, but like even stronger. It's so cool seeing like the Hezo pull-ups and everything. And he's got a nice looking shooting stroke, man. I gotta give him a lot of credit. He's a real bully. He can hit it from outside now. Love to see it. Jaylen Brown, we already know about him. Jalen Brunson, obviously just a complete floor general and just like completely commands offense when he's on the court. Just the stop, the go, the pace, not overly athletic, not overly big or anything like that. Nice thick guard. that sounds a little weirder than maybe it needs to, but just love the way he plays the game, man. He's a true pros pro. Tyrese Maxey obviously had a phenomenal season and everything. The hype was really high at the beginning of the year, and I'm sure it's died off a little bit because that's how the internet works. But just seeing his growth and everything and him talking about like, yeah, Ben Simmons was on the team and everything, and then he wasn't on the team, and then James Harden was here and everything, and now I'm doing this role, and now I'm doing this role, and now I finally get to be the point guard again, and so I got the ball, and I'm going to do it. I love it. Donovan Mitchell always doing what he's doing. A quiet 28 points a game, I'll mind you. We just forget that he's out there getting buckets while Garland and Mobley are gone, man. Like keeping those Cavs alive. And then Julius Randle, the ultimate just ISO ball, gets his triple doubles and everything. Get him on the left block, let him cook in Thibs' offense. Absolutely love it. Booker, we know what Booker does, right? Ice cold killer. He's been killing it recently. Like he was scoring like 38 a game over like the last 5 or something like that, something crazy. We know Steph, we know what AD does. Anthony Davis, like he's played like almost the entire season, right? Isn't that incredible? Like why does nobody talk about that when he's actually healthy? We always want to just tear people down. We never want to bring people up. Anthony Edwards, possibly my favorite player to watch in the NBA right now. I love the attitude and everything. Like I'm not gonna lie, you don't need a whole team of dudes like that. But I want my star player to be like that, man. I just want a dog, and he is an absolute dog. Paul George, Kawhi just being a beast this year. Paul George really accepting his role of like second, even third fiddle sometimes, but doing it at a masterful level. It's things like that that might help them win a championship. And then we got Big Cat here. Defense, not great still. Like I watch him play. I know his defensive numbers are higher, but I watch him play and he's still just like he can't read a pick and roll, man, to save his life. But whatever. Like shooting great, scoring great, and everything, right? He's a big rebounder. He's figured out how to play with Gobert. Awesome. We love it. Now let's go to the controversial part where we talk about snubs. I haven't even read this article yet. I just looked it up. I saw it was here on Clutch Points, and so I was like, okay, who did people miss? The first one, Domas, the boy Domas Sabonis from the Kings, aka the Hub. Why I call him the Hub is funny enough. I was consulting for a college team this week, a Division One team, and they were just picking my brain a little bit about how I'd like restructure their offense. I sent them a bunch of Kings film, and I'm like, this is what you should be doing. with your team. Like, you've got a big man that commands a lot of attention. He's big and strong, biggest, strongest dude in the conference and everything. And I think he's a smart enough player to kind of work as the hub like Sabonis does, where just everything goes through him. And I love Sabonis's game and everything. If I look back at like who else is on the team, like, I don't know who you kick off. Like, I guess Cat. And you could say defensively, like, Sabonis is better. I could probably get behind that. I could probably get behind Sabonis over Cat. I think we're just trying to give Cat his praise and everything, and the Timberwolves are high up there, so you want to give another all-star nod and everything. Also, just shout out to Minnesota, small market team and everything. I'm in Minneapolis. I'm not a Timberwolves fan. I'm a Bulls fan. None of my dudes are on this team, but just giving some praise to that. So I could see Sabonis over like Cat or something. De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is very clutch and everything. He does a lot of things really well. I know he's shooting better from three this year. I don't know what it is. Maybe they mentioned it here. 38%. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. On a higher usage rate. That's awesome. How could the Kings guard possibly be one of the biggest snubs in all-star voting? I mean, I don't know about that, man. I think players are just really, really, really good. You weren't going to take Booker or Curry or anything off. You're definitely not taking Ant off, man. Like, I know Fox is a great defender too and everything. Have you seen Anthony Edwards play on-ball defense, man? It's nuts. He is so in their face. Like, I just love it. I love Edwards' game so much. I went to Anthony Edwards like workouts for the combine and stuff, and I wasn't too big on him coming out of college. Once I watched his workout, I was like, oh my God, this guy might be a dog. Like, let me shut up real quick. I was like, I was not right about this guy at first. And I was like, if he figures out the jump shot, which was a lot more consistent than I thought it would be, in terms of like form is what I mean. I don't care about the misses and makes right away, but I was like, wow, if that stays consistent, we might have something there. Jimmy Butler. Yeah, Jimmy Butler's one of those guys that like you can always just throw on the list because you know he's contributing more than whatever his numbers are saying and everything. If I look at this team, I'm like, who would I take off? Like, you would take off like a Jaylen Brown or something for him. Maybe that's probably the person I would look at, if anybody. Like, Jaylen Brown's kind of the one that sticks out to me a little bit more. I know he's sharing the ball with a ton of people, though, and, like, they're really, really good. So, I don't know. I think they probably have it nailed there in terms of Jimmy. Love Jimmy, though. Absolutely love Jimmy. Anybody else? Porzingis? Yeah, no, Porzingis does a lot. We know that, like, his numbers are suppressed and everything, along with all the other guys in the Celtics, right? Like I was just saying for Brown. Like, he just does a lot for them in a lot of different ways, but the ball has to be touched between Derek White, Drew Holiday, Tatum, Brown, Porzingis. Hell, Al Horford's got to get a touch every once in a while, and Sam Hauser's got to get his threes up. Like, there's just a lot going on this team. Hopefully they bring in another wing, too, just a side note, maybe in the trades somehow. But I'm not putting him on this all-star team and everything, but I can absolutely see why the case could be made. You have to put someone on the list. This is the one that everyone's going to talk about. And I have one other person. I'll see if he ends up on the list that I'll be curious to talk about. Trae Young. I know Trae Young's putting up crazy numbers. He's playing better defense. I know I'm a big Trae Young hater in terms of his basketball. I don't know him as a person or anything like that. He's playing a lot better defense, especially in the pick and roll coverage and everything. Like, he's working hard, man. He's trying to tell y'all that he can play solid defense. Obviously, his stature keeps him a little bit like lower on those numbers than he'd probably like to be. He's become a lot better defender, though. Then obviously the offensive numbers just go crazy. 27 points a game, 11 assists, 1.5 steals, 37% from three, and he takes crazy threes, right? So it's tough, man. It's tough, but like he still doesn't play winning basketball is the thing. Like, you can't win basketball games playing the way he does, and I wish I could explain it a little more besides just saying, like, if he doesn't have the ball, like, on offense, he's useless, and it's not that hard to guard him then. Like, he kind of just sits in the James Harden role where he's just, like, off at the coach's hash sometimes because, like, DeJounte has the ball sometimes. And when he has the ball, he's working at it all times. Obviously, he's awesome offensively. It's just not converting to winning. I could see why you'd want to put him on this roster and everything. You could make a case to me to take Jaylen Brown off for him. I probably wouldn't bat an eye at it. But I think I'd probably rather still have Jaylen Brown, and maybe that's just some of my prejudice or whatever. James Harden, kind of the same thing that we were talking about with Porzingis. He's got to share the ball with a lot of people. He got traded. He missed a good start to the season and everything, so I don't know if you can call him a snub for that. But James Harden's playing well, man. He's playing well. Jamal Murray, how much didn't he miss a good amount of this season too? Yeah, no, he's he wasn't going to make it this year. Jamal Murray's never made an All-Star game. No, that's not what he does. We know in the playoffs he's going to kick it up a notch and everything. He's going to be ice cold. He's going to be tough as hell to guard. He's going to play solid, like in-your-face defense and everything. He's just never going to appear as an all-star, man. He's too unselfish. Kyrie Irving, no, I don't really think so. Like, great numbers and everything, but who are you going to put him over? You're not convincing me that he's having a better season than any of these guys. Victor Wembanyama. I'm not mad that they put him in the snub thing necessarily, more so for the fact that I think he was probably worth having in the conversation. I do think he's that good and that impactful already. I think he's playing with some bums and everything that are trying to figure out their role in basketball and everything. I think Wemby's awesome. Obviously, do I think he should have made it this year? No, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're at the end of the article. Where was Scotty Barnes? I thought Scotty Barnes would be one of the first people that they would put on this list. I don't know. I thought someone would make a case for Scotty. I'll make a quick case for my, like I said, do I think he actually belongs on the team? No, but I thought he could make the snub list at least. Like, got his game up to 20 points a game this year. He's been playing with Siakam and other dudes taking his shots the whole time. He's been killing it recently. You can see here he had a nice little streak of like 20, 31 points. I'm not sure what happened in this one. 22, 23, 24. You see the assist numbers like 8, 7, 6, 8, 7, 6, right? The rebounds 7, 12. All high marks and everything, converting at not great range from 3 or anything. It looks like the field goal percentage has actually dropped a bit recently, but overall, Scotty Barnes has been a pretty efficient player, and I know he's trying to figure out a new role and everything, but I don't know. I just kind of figured somebody would make a case for Scotty Barnes. But as far as this goes, I think the only one that I'd, like, if you told me that I got to make a change and everything, I'm probably putting Sabonis in for Cat. That's no hate on Cat. That's more of a praise for Sabonis because I know how much the Kings rely on him to do what they do. And again, I shared my playbook with them that I kind of built around like the Kings scheme and everything. So maybe I'm just a little biased right now because I've been looking so much into Sabonis. But yeah, no. So, well, somebody else is going to make the team, I guess. Well, it won't be Sabonis with Embiid going down. So somebody else is gonna have to make it. So maybe Trae Young slides in or something like that. That's gonna be my prediction, is that they slide Trae Young or maybe Porzingis in or something, just because obviously Trae Young is gonna get a lot of attention for his numbers, and Porzingis because he's on the Celtics, people just like to see stuff like that. But yeah, you guys let me know. What do you guys think of the All-Star team and everything this year? And yeah, let me know who got subbed. I don't know, man. It's like 7 at night or something. I don't know. I'm out of energy, and I just got done with leg day. So whatever. At me about it. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments, man. We'll see ya. Bye.